Emma. Steve Sherman.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Emma. Mandar.
Pleasure to meet you.
Have a seat.
I did bring a resume for you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us this morning to discuss the open project manager position on our team. Tell us why you're interested in this opportunity.
This is a great career opportunity, and this job seems tailor-made to fit my skills. I'd be able to put my project manager expertise to work, and it would be a challenge, and I live for a challenge.
So, Emma, can you describe a time when you had to solve a critical work-related problem? And what you could do is you could explain the problem, and then you can tell us the steps that you took to solve it.
I was assigned a vendor management project once to analyze the cost and productivity of our assigned vendors. I put together a timeline and I sent out a communication to all of the vendors, letting them know what I needed and when it was due by. And most of the vendors did respond promptly. However, there was one that I had to call and remind them of my deadline. After gathering that research, I realized that we were over budget, and I took my findings to my manager, and we had to put together a performance management action plan for that vendor.
Describe a time when you had to deal with a customer who was dissatisfied or irate with a project.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Describe a time when you had to deal with a customer who was dissatisfied or irate with a project.
I was put on a task force regarding our team's grassroots, and well, it brought together several people from the division. As with any group, there's personalities and opinions that need to be managed. With this specific situation, it was regarding communication from the top down, and some departments were getting the information ASAP, while others weren't getting the information at all. And I worked with a administrative assistant in the department to put together a distribution list, and that we could send the communication through. From that point on, it built the morale of the team, and it changed the opinions of those that were dissatisfied from the beginning of the process.
So, Emma, can you tell us how you build and maintain successful work relationships? And this could be across the board.
Working in a large organization, you come across lots of styles and personalities, and it's important to network and find a way that you can relate to each person. Whether that be a picture hanging in their office or the college that they attended, it helps people to work more positively when you can overcome that initial barrier. The trick is when you can't find a commonality. In that case, I stay positive and respectful and ensure that I'm meeting the expectations of that person.
Emma, describe an experience when you had to convince someone at or above your level that your approach to solving a problem was more effective than theirs.
I was tasked with a project to do research to determine if we should build an application system internally or if we should go through a vendor. And I knew that I had to interview the vendors. I had to benchmark with other companies. I had to see what resources we had available internally and just do general research. I put together a proposal and presented that to my leadership. Going into the project, my SVP had already decided that he wanted to use a vendor. However, my data and my research supported that. It showed that a vendor would not be able to house the volume of information because we are such a large organization. And after much debate, I'm happy to say that we did use an internal application system that we custom built and we still use today.
So, Emma, this is all the information that we needed. Do you have any questions for us?
Why is this position open? And is it a new position or is this replacing someone?
So actually, this particular position is replacing one of our colleagues who recently got promoted.
So, what are some of the day-to-day expectations and responsibilities?
The individual in this role will manage projects and project budget of various projects. They will coordinate with tasks with many different members of the team, including buyers, sourcers, merchants, and answer any sort of questions or resource requests. And that project manager is the person to turn to either escalate or finish the project.
How quickly are you looking to fill this position, and what should I expect for next steps?
So the associate who is currently moving from this role is going to be transitioning in the next couple of weeks. And ideally, we would like to have this particular position filled in maybe the next 2 weeks. So we are looking at scheduling some more interviews in the week to come. And hopefully, by early next week, we should have some kind of result. And if you're one of the top candidates, the next round of interviews is going to be with our department VP. In the meantime, you can feel free to contact the recruiting team to get any status updates, or if you have any other questions, you can feel free to reach them.
Well, that's all the questions that I have.
Well, great then. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
You have a great day ahead.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
I
as
look
well.
forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Thank you.